Hello, everybody. I'm recording this at almost 12 p.m. my time, 1 minute before, on Sunday, the 21st. We have the eclipse coming up in just a very short while. And it's huge. I invite you to watch my eclipse video. We have 3 fingers of destiny in the chart. It's at the anaretic degree, which is a critical degree anyway. The nodes are still at 18 degrees Virgo Pisces, and apparently 18 degrees is kind of like according to one astrologer, is a kind of a quite nasty degree, but I don't know if I buy all that kind of energy. But I wanted to make a quick follow-up to the political video that Kathy and I made on Friday, because my fault, I said that this memorial funeral for Charlie Kirk was going to be on Saturday, the 20th. That's what I read first. Maybe they moved it, I don't know. It's actually starting right now as I record this. And most things will not have changed. We still have most of the planets and placements all at the same degrees. So most of what we talked about is very relevant. And we looked at how the energy of the first eclipse also impacted Charlie Kirk's chart. This is not about causing his death. This is talking about how this is a ripple that is causing some very big disturbance in the force, if you like, whatever you want to call it. But I just want to say that because this is actually today, this makes this timing of this memorial even more interesting. And as soon as I've recorded this, I'm going to get off here and go and listen to what's being said in the memorial itself, because this is occurring just less than a degree away from the actual eclipse. The eclipse will probably, I don't know how long the memorial is going on for, but the eclipse is going to happen as the memorial is happening, basically. So, and this is the very dark balsamic phase, which is also a point where, we're going into that dark shedding before the new moon eclipse. This is right in the dark moon, even more than I said for when I thought the memorial was going to be yesterday. So if you're interested at all in how this is shifting the narrative in this country and changing things, this, I'm just going to actually just look at the memorial funeral chart itself, because I assume it will start. Oh, you have to excuse me. I took out most of my major aspects because I was doing a wonderful workshop yesterday with Rick Levine, actually, on harmonics and so-called minor aspects. So I'm going to add a couple of other things back in, and this is basically the eclipse chart. But this is the chart set for Glendale, Arizona, where this memorial is happening. And I notice several things, that the South Node and the eclipse is happening in the public visibility area of the chart, which is the 10th house. And I believe that what we hear here is people are going to see more of what they were unable to see before. Okay, so this is interesting. I'll have to go over the slides for what I learned from Rick Levine, but I also noticed that Jupiter and Hygeia are both in the 8th house and revealing secrets also, and Juno is exactly on the ascendant. This is going to I think what you hear from this memorial. People are going to listen and hear things that they were unable to hear before. They're going to, secrets, truths, and things they had not seen before are going to be revealed. And I hope I'm right. And so anyway, yeah, there's probably a lot more I could say, but I actually want to get off and listen to it. But I just wanted to kind of do an addendum, a quick addendum to the video I did with Kathy, to say I got the date wrong, my bad. Most of the things we said about it were you know, absolutely correct. But this chart makes this even more powerful an event. And you've got to wonder why they picked today. They maybe they do not have astrologers, but maybe they do too. But this is going to bring, or the beginning of the end, I think. People are going to start to see what's really been going on underneath. Okay, bye.